Hello and welcome, my lovely fans. I'm going to go right now with this amazing fight night card, and I'm pretty much looking forward to it. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is after UFC. After UFC 289, after the retirement of Amanda Nunes, and after my advance into the next round of the capper tournament. I am very much motivated and I'm pretty much looking forward to this. So you are going to see my picks and predictions. And yeah, guys, I'm just to share this on Discord. I'm just sharing this on Discord. I'm very much looking forward to this. And yeah, I'm eager to say that this is definitely one of the best events for me so far, as Mario and Vettori fighting in the main event of the evening. This is a special day for me, a really, really special day. This is UFC fight night. Yes, it is a fight night, but it's way more than just a fight night for me. It's a gap to another dimension, this event. Literally, a gap to another dimension. And right now, I'm gonna check it out on Topology and give you picks for this. Tomorrow, PFL and LFA. But off we go. Modestas Bukauskas versus Zach Pauga. I'm gonna go with Bukauskas to win. Hello, Daddy Shot. Bukauskas KO, TKO, Buka KO, TKO round 3. I believe Buka is going to finish this guy. I'm a diehard fan of Modestas. I'm extremely biased. Here I accept that, but like Ronnie Lawrence versus Daniel Argueta, Ronnie Lawrence to win. So side call Lawrence to win. Or fight starts around 3. This is also another call that I might be making tonight. The next call is Teresa Bleda versus Gabriela Fernandes. Bleda versus Fernandes. Fight starts round 3. Side call Fernandes. Fernandes decision or round 3. I just haven't been much impressed with Teresa Bleda's performance in her previous outing. You've seen what happened. She ate a head kick, and I believe she's gonna be rocked. Like Fernandes is a tough fighter, but we'll see. We'll see. Felipe Bunyash versus Zhalgas Zhumagulov. Bunyash versus Žako over 1.5. Side call Bunyash to win. Zhalgas Zhumagulov has been robbed on many occasions, and I know I'm having many upsets here tonight, but we're gonna see. Carlos Hernandez versus Dennis Bondar. That is the trickiest fight for me to pick on the whole card. Hernandez versus Bondar over 1.5. Side call Hernandez, but I'm very much non-confident. I'm not confident about this fight. Like Dennis Bondar is extremely, he is extremely tricky fighter to predict, and his moves are so like unpredictable. It depends on whether he has a good or a bad day in the office. Kyung Ho Kang versus Christian Quinones, another tough fight to call. Some tricky fights, yeah. Christian Quinones versus Kyung Ho Kang over like 1.5 gonna be my call. Side call, I'm risking with Kang here. I'm risking with Kyung Ho Kang. Can't trust Christian Quinones, can't trust Kang either. So when you don't know who to pick, then you know what's gonna happen. Like, yeah, I'm risking here a lot. Costa versus Flick. Costa versus Flick. No distance. I've got Costa KO, TKO, or Flick submission. Side call Costa. Yeah, I hope I'm gonna advance to the next round of this capper tournament, but I was a tiebreaker who advanced, and right now hoping for it. Raoni Barcelos versus Miles Jones. Miles Jones is one of the toughest motherfuckers the world has ever seen, but Barcelos versus Jones. Fight starts round 3. Side call Barcelos. Yeah, violence. I'd say the same. Side call gonna be Barcelos. And I'm going to hold on 1 second. Preliminary card until minute 6. Main card until minute. Okay, then chit chat. All right. I'm going then with like about the preliminary card. I'm like very much surprised with many fights. I have many underdogs, which is like I will reveal my picks later and my bets. Next one we got Salikov versus Dalby. Now people gonna say I'm biased against Salikov. I don't know, man. I don't see Salikov winning the fight, especially after his previous performance. So your prediction is always pretty much on point. You could say that. Thank you, pro MMA fans. Hope all is well, Cowboy. Good luck with the picks at the tournament. Thank you so much. I hope. I'm gonna go with Nicholas Dalby to win. Dalby versus Salikov over 2.5. Yes, I've got Nicholas Dalby to win. Got many underdogs, which is a very, very risky call. And I might say that I'm pretty worried about what's going to happen next. Mota versus Torres, another extremely tricky fight to call. This is pure luck. Torres versus Mota. Fight starts around 3. Saying Torres side call, but I'm unsure about this fight. Just like this fight, I'm extremely unsure. Going with Torres, but I'm extremely unsure. Armen Petrosian versus Leroy Duncan. Leroy versus Petrosian. No distance is gonna be my call. Side call gonna be Petrosian. You know why side call is Petrosian? Because last time I was unable to see much from Christian Leroy Duncan, as Duško Todorovic suffered that brutally nasty injury, which didn't go well for him. I was very much angry because of that injury. I thought Duncan was going to win. Petrosian is a heck of a top-notch kickboxer. Duncan's only way to win is to drag the fight to the ground. That's why I'm picking Petrosian because of a value, but no distance is my primary pick. As well as like I'm now in I'm like now in the quarterfinals of the tournament, so I have to play a bit riskier. And I know this is a risky play, like picking Petrosian against the former Cage Warriors champ. Petrosian was able to defeat Gregory Rodriguez, so for me that's enough. That's pretty much good argument for me. Also, Pat Sabatini versus Lucas Almeida is another tricky fight to call. Pat Sabatini versus Lucas Almeida. Sabatini versus Almeida. No distance. Sabatini submission or Almeida KO TKO. Man, I'm unsure about this one. Let's go side call Sabatini. I think Pat Sabatini at one point will be able to drag the fight to the ground, but I'm super unsure. Also, so many fights where I'm pretty much unsure. I'm actually sure about Tsarukian versus Silva. Tsarukian versus Silva, Arman to win. Thank you, pro MMA fans. Tsarukian versus Silva, Arman to win. Arman decision for me. Like if I must give you props for this fight, Arman decision. And I have many underdogs here, like many of them. I play risk here because I'm squaring off against Johnny K. So next fight, Vettori to win. Vettori decision. And we are going to see, I have like in round robin so many fighters. I will reveal my picks later. Okay, I will tell you my picks right now. Hold on until minute 10. Then we're going with the chit chat. So who do you think I bet? Over 2.5 in Arman fight. Yes, I agree with that. Over 2.5 in Arman fight is very much fine. Arman probably gonna try to out wrestle this guy. Neto is on the other side very brutal with his BGG, so I have to take everything cautiously. Now here are my bets. I'm writing. Hold on 1 second. I'm writing my bets. Hold on. I have 4 bets. Vettori to win, Modestas to win, Costa versus Flick not going the distance. No, I actually only have 3 bets. I only have those 3 bets. Marvin are my guess, yeah. These are my bets. You see, Vettori to win, Modestas to win, Costa versus Flick not going the distance. I only have those 3 bets. Now I'm going to say a round robin. Who did I have from the underdogs? I had tons of underdogs on this card. Let me see. Petrosian. Torres is a favorite. Wow, Salikov is a favorite. I love it, man. I love it because I'm picking the underdog. Ooh, that's nice. Dalby to win. Man, I have so many underdogs on this card. Dalby to win. Petrosian to win. Who else do I have? Hello, JJR7. How you doing, fella? Barcelos, okay, he is a favorite. Costa is a favorite. Kang to win. Yes, I also picked Kang to win. Kang is the underdog. Who else is a side call? Hernandez to win. Bunyash to win. Man, I have so many underdogs. Hernandez to win. Bunyash to win. I have so many underdogs. I usually don't pick that many. Fernandez to win. I have 6 underdogs. There you go. Good, man. Thank you. Hope you're good. I'm very much hyped because of the upcoming tournament. As a tiebreaker, I'm squaring off against Johnny K. So, am I hyped because of the tournament? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. As a tiebreaker, I advanced into round of 8 or quarterfinals because Brandon K was disqualified. And a tiebreaker meets a tiebreaker. Johnny K is a tiebreaker. I am tiebreaker. I am becoming famous. You can say that. I am becoming famous. So you see my bets. Vettori to win, Modestas to win, Costas versus Flick, no distance. Who outside of yourself do you think will get first place? I was thinking Johnny K was going to be the first, but he's on my side of the bracket. I think Artem MMA might be my opponent in the finals. If I reach finals, I think Artem MMA or King of Crackdown. We are not on the same side of the draw. That's the problem. We are not on the same side of the draw, and that kind of scares the shit out of me. That really scares the shit out of me. I think Artem MMA and King of Crackdown are the most serious rivals for me. That is how I believe at the moment. But again, anything could happen. Like I don't know, man. I'm looking forward to this. Tonight we're following TUF. But you know what is the problem? If I win, then I'm gonna meet true analyst again. If I win, I'm going to meet true analyst again or his opponent. But he has difficult opponent. True analyst has a very difficult opponent. But imagine me fighting dealing 2 times with true analyst. This time I had to play riskier, and all those underdogs. I don't know. I really had to play riskier. Blood Money smoked out Prodigy MMA in the first round, then lost in the second round dominantly. I don't know. Many people. It could be the rematch of Cowboy and Wayne Gaethje. That would be wild. Yeah, imagine the 2 of us fighting in the semifinals. But I believe Artem MMA or King of Crackdown are going to advance into the next round, are going to be in the finals. They are the most promising cappers for me at the moment. And I have to defend the honor of channels with 10K plus followers because V1 Pix is eliminated, MMA experts are eliminated, Guru is eliminated, Quadriceptic is eliminated, all big channels are eliminated with 10 plus K followers. Brady DFS is eliminated. Literally everybody is eliminated. I'm the only one with 10K plus followers, and I entered as a tiebreaker. So I'm entering the next round as a tiebreaker. So what can I say, man? Am I thrilled because of it? To some point, yes. Do I think it's going to be a good competition? You could say that. Yeah, you could really say that, but I'm hoping, I'm looking for a miracle. I'm not going to lie to you. I will be looking for a miracle because I will need a miracle to win the tournament. I already got one miracle because that miracle happened. That miracle happened when I was miraculously returned after the elimination. When I was miraculously returned to the tournament. So I need more miracles. Try to include your confident picks at the end of the prediction videos. It's useful, just a suggestion, keep going. But I always write my picks. So my confident picks are the ones that I write, the ones that I bet. So Vettori to win, Modestus to win, Costa versus Flick, no distance. If I bet on something, it means it's a confident pick. But thank you. Huge respect for each quarterfinals, fingers crossed. I hope so. Tiebreaker meets a tiebreaker, man. That's very, very much of a difficult situation. No, a tiebreaker against a tiebreaker is always, always hard. And yes, it's always hard. I need to write something on the community for members. Hold on. I need to write this. Just need some time to copy this, and yeah, this is reported. Okay. Just need some time to get into the spirit of things. Okay, let's go. All right, just 1 second, fellas. No, it seems. Okay, there it goes. There it goes. Off we go. Just to write picks predictions. Okay, I'm just writing. I will respond to every comment. Let me see. Like with a bit risky picks. There you go. All right, I just added something for the members. Petrosian versus Duncan should be a good one. Gonna be amazing. But is there a good chance this fight goes the distance? Which fight? It is very hard to predict any UFC card nowadays, at least for me, so huge respect, thank you. Who is this guy Arman is fighting, Cowboy? Arman Sarukian or Armen Petrosian? Hello, Anakin. True, any UFC card is unpredictable these days. How do you feel knowing Zerbian is the king of NBA now? I'm feeling amazing. You're talking about Nikola Jokic. Armen Petrosian is fighting. Armen Petrosian is fighting Christian Leroy Duncan. He's a tough guy, a tough kickboxer. Yeah. I've seen that Nikola Jokic is the king. Of NBA. I've seen that, and I've seen that even Serbian songs were played. After that match. So yeah, it makes me happy. Really makes me happy. I think that's good, actually, for popularity. I believe that's good. I really believe that's good. What's your most confident bet? I have 3 most confident bets. Modestas Bukauskas to win, Marvin Vettori to win, and Alessandro Costa versus Jimmy Flick fight not going the distance. Arman Tsarukyan. Arman Tsarukyan is a heck of a striker and grappler. He is the guy who fought Islam Makhachev and lost via decision. Great wrestling, brutal guy. The Nuggets winning was amazing. Jokic deserved it. Yeah. Jokic has a brother that's MMA fighter. Who is his brother? Do you like Cannonier Vettori to go the distance? Absolutely, man. Vettori is unfinishable. I have Vettori to win decision, that one. I hope that Vettori gonna win decision in that one. And yes, I think Marvin Vettori is unfinishable, so I'm definitively agreeing with that. Marvin Vettori is unfinishable, if you're asking me. Uncrackable, unfinishable, unrockable. Nemanja Jokic. I didn't know he's MMA fighter. I've heard of Nemanja Jokic. Ne, pričao o njegovom bratu, pričao koji je MMA borac. Is Silva a real test for Arman? Yes, Silva has a brutal BJJ. He has a brutal BJJ skills, but I believe Arman is unsubmittable. I believe Arman Tsarukyan is unsubmittable, so... But I don't want to bet on minus 1,000, no way I'm betting. So I'm not betting on minus 1,000, no way I'm going to bet. Tonight, anyway, we're going to follow TUF, and we are going to hang around. Like 11 people watching, this is amazing. Really much amazing that 11 people is watching me. It's a real inspiration for me. Really is a real inspiration for me. Damn, Benel, all the hype is gone now. I know, man, it was one of my wrong calls, though. I also had a wrong call on Benel, but Jasmine Jazadevich saved me. Thanks God she won at plus 200, so... Completely outclassed. Yeah, Benel was so nervous before the fight. He didn't look good before the fight, I can tell you that. He looked horrible before the fight. Benel looked pretty much off point, off the rails before the fight. I didn't know that Benel was gonna get smoked out that easily. Really didn't know that. His weight cut looked horrible. And yeah, Oliveira's weight cut was on point. Oliveira's weight cut was amazing. He looked amazing. Maybe the weight cut affected him. Maybe everything affected him. Charles Oliveira is so unpredictable. Unpredictable and unstoppable. That is just Charles Oliveira. Yeah, there's levels, I guess. I guess the same. There's levels in everything. And yeah, Jokic did a great job. I really got to back up Jokic for everything he did. He really did an amazing job, a great job, yeah. Yeah, Jokic pretty much shocked me with his great performance and a great way to grind it through, like Nuggets are champions. I've seen that Ark Uncivilized released a video on it, and that video pretty much on point. Yeah, that video is pretty much on point, the video of Ark Uncivilized. I'm sorry, because I have to go this early, because I have to stream this early. I know this might not be the greatest time for you, but TUF doesn't air at normal time. You know that very well. And TUF airs like in the middle of the night. I mean, 4:15 a.m. Not too hard to get up for me. But at the end of the day, I'm just saying this could be a nice place to go, definitely. I just need to get into the spirit of things to leave this Discord link. So how can I leave this Discord link? Settings. No. Oh man, how to share this Discord? Hold on. I am sharing the link to my Discord. Discord. You can join here to see when I'm live. 3COZ Epsilon. UF. Gregor punching him at Scott shows how badly he wants to win. I've seen that. I've seen that. It was horrible. Literally horrible. So this is my Discord. You can check it out to see anytime when I'm live. 3CUZ 3CUZ Epsilon UF. Alright. This is my Discord link if you wanna get notification every time I go live. Yeah, that could be a nice way to go. I'm just trying to share that link, but still technically not that skillful. And yeah, I'm trying at least. So far, so good. My clock is set for 4:18, but I can't promise I will wake up. I will, no worries about me. I always wake up, you know that very well. Hivas or Barber? I'm gonna go with Hivas. I think Hivas is more promising pick at this time of year. I think Hivas is in a better shape than Macy Barber. Macy Barber on a downfall right now. Yeah, Macy Barber on a downfall as much as I can see. And Macy Barber is just dealing with some private stuff, private issues at the moment. So I'm following like Macy Barber on social media. Barber has been getting gifted decisions, I feel. Yeah, but against Hivas, I don't see another gifted decision against Hivas because Hivas is more marketable. Don't forget to join my Discord, fellas. If you have Discord, don't forget to join so you can be live every time I'm live. Like there aren't many people on my Discord, like 20, 25. But this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning of the action. There will be many more people in the days to come. I'm just hoping. I am just looking for a miracle, and I'm hoping we are going to see some big names. Žalgas or Bunyash. If I must pick a side, Bunyash. Žalgas has been robbed on many occasions. Who do you want Charles to fight? I would like to see Charles fighting Makachev again. I really believe somebody should dethrone that guy. And I'm promising you on this card, I'm roasting Salikov. But if they fight like Charles and Makachev, if they fight, I will be roasting Makachev. Topuria gonna punish Shemet. Yes, true. I think Topuria deserves title shot soon. Maybe not right off the bat, but in like a year or two, Topuria could be a serious threat. No, I didn't have time opening that goddamn construction company. Really had many obligations. But maybe tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, I should have some time. Since July, I'm starting a construction company, and that construction company will probably. No, I just need to finish papers with that. What's happening? How are you doing, Face? Can't believe Emmett had the title shot versus Yair and wasn't himself that fight. No, Yair was off the rails. Yair was brutal. Oh, shoot, you're doing construction. Yeah. But I have to do something alongside this job. Of course, I'm going to do, this is going to be, how you say, office work. I'm not going to be on the field, etc. But I have to be a part of that team. I have to be a part of that team, like from the office. But they want to like help me because this job is not bringing enough money. Well, my health is better, my leg is better, it's healing, but so a lot of paperwork and negotiations. Exactly, man, a lot of paperwork. Like in my state, when you want to open construction company, they want to check whether you have been in prison, they want to check whether you have traffic violations. It's extremely annoying, believe me. Have any prior experience in construction field? Well, I'm going to be the paper guy. I'm going to run their papers. So it's not that I'm going to be much on the field. I'm going to get those factures, papers, paperwork, and I'm going to take care of that. So not I do have a bit of experience. I was working that job as soon as I finished college. That paperwork. I'm like because of my mental condition, I mustn't be with like tons of people. I mustn't be surrounded with tons of people. So it's gonna be office work, but I will have to work every day at least 2-3 hours, and I must, guys, listen. I like YouTubing, I like writing, etc., but that's not bringing enough money. I need to pay my bills, and that construction is going to help me. Like, does government help you with that stuff? You can. I'm going to explain how it works. Since I'm going to open a construction company in a very small city near Bulgarian border, and I'm like a minority. I'm Bulgarian. I'm minority in my own state. I can get the help from government. I can get like decent help from government, but if and only if I survive 1 year. So if you survive 1 year in construction company, government can give you a lot of assistance. Like they can give you funds, they can, but you must survive the first year. The first year you're on your own. So the first year you're on your own. Second year you can say, okay, I want some help from the government. You can write them, and they are probably going to give you some help. They are probably going to give you some aid, and they are probably going to help you in the second year. But the rule is you must survive the first year on your own. That is the rule in my state. If you survive the first year, that is awesome. Now you have to pay for all the stuff from your own pocket, right? Well, technically yes, but I have an agreement. I have an agreement with one guy who is going to put me under his banner. So technically, I can avoid that as I'm the part of one bigger company because I will do paperwork for him. So technically, in the first year, I can evade that because he is going to pay. Technically, yes. Technically, I don't have to pay it, but normally I would have to pay it. We have an agreement, and we have overwritten that agreement. Hope the construction job goes successful for you. I will be the paperwork guy in a construction job. Like I won't be the guy who works construction literally. I will be the paperwork guy. So like every day I will have to work 2 or 3 hours on that. So if I'm not much active, after 1 year you're independent. After 1 year, what happens? You go to the government and you say, okay, government, I survived 1 year. Can we renegotiate of some funds? And then they're going to say, okay, you survived 1 year, we can allow you, and they say the amount of money, and they give you that money, and you don't have to return it back. Like that, these are the rules in my state. If I survive second year, then you can get even more assistance. But first year is problem. Just survive the first year. It's getting easier and easier. That is how things work with my government. You don't have to return. No, no. If you survive 1 year, if they say, like, for example, we are going to give you, let me say, if they say we are going to give you 2,000 euros per year, you don't have to return it because they determine how much money they can give you. But there is two good things. Now I'm going to explain you. First of all, I'm a minority. I'm Bulgarian and I live in Serbia. So that is one plus because they want to, my government is very friendly towards foreigners. Serbian government, they like foreigners. That is number one. Number two, my company will be opened in a very, very small city. So that city is non-developed. And these are two benefits. When you're working in a small city and when you're a minority, they are very much more friendly towards you. If I open construction company, for example, in Belgrade, it would have been a suicide because it's a big city. I wouldn't be able to pay for taxes, etc., and I would have to shut the company down. But if you open it in some small city, then you can pay all the taxes that you owe. So the situation is a bit different, but my government is pretty much friendly towards minorities and towards very, very small cities. So I just have to change the place where I live technically in my ID card, etc. But you finish this with one click. That's not a problem. I'm just saying my government is very friendly if you are a minority and if you choose a very small city. So as long as you respect those two, my government is extremely friendly. And of course, if you survive your first year, here comes the tricky part. If you survive your first year and you are in a very big city like Belgrade, you are going to get way more money for your projects. If you survive first year, but you are in a very small city, you are going to get less money. But it comes to the same. Technically, when you pay taxes, it's gonna be the same. Like, because there is a difference between cities. You have it good in the outside world. There is literally survival of the fittest. Yeah, and my accountant, my bookkeeper, he is very much informed of that. So I'm negotiating every day, and believe me, it is extremely annoying. What is the richest part of Serbia? Belgrade, cities of Belgrade and Novi Sad. I live in the city of Belgrade, which is the richest city in Serbia, alongside the cities of Novi Sad and Niš. But I'm open in a very small city, so I'm open actually in a town that is more like a village. Not a village, it's not a village or a town, it's something in between. So, but if you open it in a big city, you're in a big problem. Like, taxes are extremely high, and it's risky. It's a risky play. It's very much of a risky play. If you're a minority, if you're like, how to say, if you're a Bulgarian living in Serbia, that is better for you, because government is more tolerant. What part is Jokic from? A jel znaš u kom gradu je rođen Jokic? Jokic is from Sombor. He is from Vojvodina, near Hungarian border. Government over here don't give you money; they take money from you. Here they can give you money, but if and only if you survive first year. And during the first year, you must pay all the taxes. Late one day with paying taxes, in the second year they are going to say you were late that and that day, we give you nothing. Favorite fast food in Serbia? We call it, I think the translation is hamburger. Like, we call it like this. I think it's hamburger in English. We call it pljeskavica. This is actually nice fast food. But in the first year here in my state, if you pay all the taxes on time, and if you're never late, in the second year you can get a loan that you don't have to return. But if and only if you pay taxes on time, late one day with one payment, in the second year you get nothing. Is it pork, beef, or lamb? We don't have much of a lamb here, but we do have a lot of pork and beef stuff. A lamb is not much popular here, and it's hard to get one. It's very hard to get one. Yeah, it's actually very hard to get a good piece of lamb. Pork and beef are often. Pork, beef, and lamb, it says. Sounds good. Yeah, but lamb beef is hard to get. Is Serbia friendly to black people? Yes, well, absolutely. Absolutely, all the races are welcome. Does your mental health issues makes you unable to do different types of jobs? Unfortunately, yes. When I'm surrounded with too many people, it's problem. Vlad, when are you making a trip to the mountains again? I'm planning to make a trip to the mountains again this summer, probably July or August, but you see, not recovered yet. That's a problem. I can't hike. I can only walk short distances, and another problem, I can't drive long distances yet. I hope it's going to change in the future, but right now I can't drive long distances because of tendon. High altitude sucks. High altitude, well, it's good for your lungs, but you're right, to some point it sucks because it's hard. Yeah, but it's good for your lungs, let's be honest. Your lungs are going to be put on fire. But really, your lungs are going to be put on fire. JJR, lamb is common in Dagestan. Accidentally, I have learned a lot about Dagis. What else can you say about them? How did you train in the mountains, bro? It's hard. I was just pushing myself over the limit. And I am going to train in the mountains if my health recovers, if my Achilles tendon is on point. You know, guys, this job, for example, YouTubing is a perfect job for me because I don't like to be surrounded by many people. But also construction is fine as long as I'm not surrounded with people. But no, it's not too hard. You get used to it. I was even training in the river, but when I'm healthy, I can do everything. When I'm unhealthy, it's a problem. It's a massive, massive problem. Please, no, I'm not black. I was just curious. Any race is welcome here. We don't have problems. We have Asians, we have blacks. Can you work from home? Yes, I can. I can work that construction company from home. It's allowed. Because I just get papers online and I'm just fulfilling those forms. So anybody can do it. You just get papers and you fulfill forms, you recalculate, count. It's like, I mean, it's okay. It's not that hard. As long as I'm not surrounded with people, I'm fine. Like, give me any job where I'm not surrounded with people, I'm fine. If I'm surrounded by many people, it's like not easy for me. I mean, I can work it, but it gets hard. When I ref, for example, it's okay because I'm not surrounded. For ethnic people, why would it be a problem? In Serbia, like, if you're a minority, if you're like other nationality or other race, it's not a problem. No. As long as you respect the law, you're not going to have problems. And no, people are not going to like, no, they are not, they are okay with that in Belgrade, in Novi Sad, like, but maybe in smaller cities it could be a problem. But if you're in Belgrade or Novi Sad or any bigger city, it won't be a problem. Smaller cities are like maybe not tolerant. Smaller cities are like a bit more narrow-minded, but bigger cities, no. No, bigger cities are okay. Like in Belgrade, we have Asians, we have blacks, we have everything in Belgrade. And we function okay. Like, crime rate is not high. I mean, it's not small either. I mean, you have crimes from time to time, but crime rate is not extremely high. In Serbia, the black people sag their pants and play rap music through their cell phone speaker on public transport. No, they don't do it in public transport. No, no. No, they don't do it in public transport. Because if they do it in public transport, they would probably get better. There are people who don't like it. If you if you don't provoke people, nobody is going to touch you. But if you do that in public transport, that is going to be a problem, because it might angry some people, and those guys could get battered. It angries regular people. Bigger cities, it would be better, but the smaller cities and villages, people would be more conservative, narrow-minded. Exactly. Well, that's why people like them in Serbia. Oh, really? No, they don't do it in Serbia. Pljeskavica is kind of dish or a name for a restaurant. Pljeskavica is same like hamburger. Exactly the same thing like hamburger. I'm searching for recipes from around the world. It's a hamburger. Our word for hamburger is pljeskavica. How do you make out last card, Vlad? I was tied with Wayne Gaethje, 6-6, and I lost in a tiebreaker. But then Brandon Kay was disqualified from the tournament, and I entered as a last-minute replacement, as a tiebreaker replacement, so I'm squaring off against Johnny Kay in that upcoming tournament. Some places are more racist than others, but racism and xenophobia exists everywhere. If you're in Belgrade or Novi Sad, any bigger city, you don't have problem with that. But if you're in smaller city, it could be a problem. I'm not going to lie to you. If you're like different Belgrade or Novi Sad, have the itch for MMA back. How are you doing, my mod? Steven Donnelly in the house. How are you doing, my fella? How are you doing, my mod? How's your puppy doing? Is your puppy again playing? Is he playful again? Have you been hanging around with the puppy? Have the itch for MMA back? Me too, man. Me too. Yeah, I've seen your Instagram video. That puppy looks happy. What's up? All good. He is good. He got into a fight today. Well, he was fighting. Oh man. Jack Russells can be the cutest dogs, but they can also be a real pain in the ass. It depends. But your dog is very playful. From what I've seen, he looks very playful. Tenacious. I've seen, but he looks playful. He looks pretty happy. Have you seen the Floyd versus Gotti fiasco? Yes, I've seen. Oh, I wanna fight you! Bang, 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 bang. Yeah, he's extremely playful. Looks like a happy puppy. Looks like a very happy puppy. I like that puppy actually. He looks very playful, yeah. Looks like a very happy puppy. The brawl was insane. If they do a rematch, it should be in Saudi Arabia. True. In Serbia, have you ever had problems with niggas? No, never. No, really, never. Literally never. They're pretty much, how to say, they're pretty much respectful here. Thoughts on the brawl that erupted after the fight? What can I say, man? That guy Gotti, he can't accept the defeat, I guess. Did you even stream Oliveira Darius that was electric? Yes. I stream every single fight card, yes. I'm streaming every single fight card. Man, but that brawl erupted like... What else can I say, fellas? That brawl was pretty much electric. But I didn't brawl Mayweather Gotti, but I streamed Darius versus... I streamed Benel Darius versus Charles Oliveira, yes. Marvin versus Jared and the Bellator card will be nice. I think I might actually stream Bellator card, but I will see. It's 50-50 for Bellator. I'm negotiating with my sponsor about that. If he agrees to buy me this what is this? It's not Showtime in Bulgaria. It's like Max Sport. I think he should agree to buy me Max Sport. If he agrees to buy me Max Sport, I'm going to stream Bellator. But UFC on Fight Pass 100%. Charles Olives is an animal. Yes, he is. I'm negotiating with him, but I think he will accept. But all cards are open still. Islam is a terrible matchup for Charles. I know, man. The best matchup for Islam is Alex Volkanovski. He is the only guy to dethrone him. Olives is an animal, true, man. He smoked out Benel Darius. It would be sad to see him lose again. I know, FaZe. I would start crying, probably. Yeah, I would probably start crying if I see him losing again. It would have been a painful choice for me. Southpaws are a pack of cunts to fight, I switch. You are right about that. Want Islam versus Volk rematch. Put me on that bandwagon. I hope it happens soon, me too. Put me on that bandwagon, fella. I also want it to happen again. Seeing Benel lose reminded me of his fight versus Alexander Hernandez. It was a sad moment. I wanted a Syrian champ, but this is not going to happen. Like, Benel is a very nice guy, and he's got okay fans. Like, Benel's fans are not pain in the ass, and Albazi's fans are not pain in the ass also. I was surprised. They have pretty much correct fans. I don't like when two nice guys like Benny and Charles fight, I know. And their fans are pretty much on point. They don't have violent fans. They don't have violent fans. Their fans are on point. And Amir Albazi's fans are also okay. The majority of Albazi's fans told me that they believe Albazi lost the fight, which is okay, they are realistic. Benel versus Islam would have been interesting, absolutely. But Benel not gonna get any hard match so far. Don't see Benel getting any hard match so far, fellas. Honestly, don't know what to say, but for me, Benel's next match should be some low-ranked guy. He is rocked heavily from that loss, and I doubt he's gonna recover anytime soon. After watching Charles Benny, I don't think Islam versus Benny would have been that interesting. We're about to see. They both love God, but it proves we all have evil side. Everybody has it. Everybody loves him, everybody doesn't love him. I mean, it's normal. We are humans. It's normal to get angry, to get pissed when you're a human. It's normal to be sensitive. It happens. It literally happens every day. Yeah. It happens every day. That is true. It's literally happening every day. Yes, my dad is greeting you all. He is watching some Partizan versus Red Star basketball. My dad is basketball crazy. Benel could fight Rafael or Gamrot again. Gamrot fight would be amazing. Rafael for sure. He needs to regain his confidence after losing to Charles Oliveira. This was a bad loss. This was a TKO loss. Hello to your dad. Thank you. Yeah. Provalili su si tu, pozdravljate. Yeah, my dad is like, he's watching basketball. My dad is like, when there is a basketball match, don't even try to talk to him. Two strongest clubs, Partizan and Red Star, are playing. And when the two are playing, my dad is like, don't even talk to me. Hot take, only guy that was going to beat Islam was Volk, but Islam was able to get the win. I don't think anyone in lightweight can beat Islam. Only Volk is the guy to beat him, like in a rematch. I watched you giving out about fighter who cheated on Instagram. Oh, you watched it? Thank you so much, man. Was amazing. We are going to have more about it. Nasruddin Imamov intentionally headbutted Chris Curtis. But there will be more reactions like this because you will see. Does he watch NBA? Pitaju, gledaš NBA? He's only watching Jokic. He hates NBA because he believes that is how he says. I don't know to translate what he's saying, but he's saying NBA is too. He calls NBA Piccadilly Circus, if you know what that means. Like, for him, European basketball is a real basketball, and NBA is too fast. Political teams. Did you see Maria Oliveira getting cut from UFC? Yes, I've seen that. I didn't watch the Imava fight. Can you give me the summary of that fight? Imava was up on the scorecards, and he was exchanging some strikes in the pocket, and then headbutted Chris Curtis. When he headbutted Chris Curtis was having like this extremely big cut. And the doctor didn't let Chris Curtis to continue, despite Chris Curtis was begging the referee to let him continue. But they didn't let him continue. Like, I think Imamo was aware that he was unable to defeat Curtis, despite he was up on the scorecards. And of course, I was yelling, man. I was angry because he had butted Curtis. Curtis said in that when he responded to my prediction, I'm not going to disappoint you. Chris Curtis, you did not disappoint me. Roast was on point for Imamo. There will be roast for Salikov too. Nunez took it easy on her opponent. Yeah, he deserved. The refs and judges were the worst that card. Man, the refs and judges are the worst for the last three cards, let's be honest. If that didn't happen, do you think Curtis was going to win? I think Imamo was up on the scorecards, but I believe Curtis was taking over. I believe Curtis was taking over in round 2, despite round 1 was won by Imamo. Šta si rekao za NBA?
Cirkus da je to za
For my dad, NBA is more about dunking, crowd, hyping. Like he likes calm basketball, like European basketball, for example, technical plays, etc. That's why. But he likes when Jokic plays. Hey, Vlad, what's your... To ne znam da ti prevedem. Ne znam da ti prevedem to. Hey, Vlad, what's your thoughts on first fight of the card this week? Honestly, extremely boring fight. Your favorite fight of UFC 289? Of UFC 289, my favorite fight was... Oh, man, the saddest fight on the card. Benel versus Charles. Was your dad happy that Jokic won the championship? Absolutely, he's a big fan of his. Did you watch any boxing this weekend? Actually, I don't know whether he watched this weekend, but next weekend he is going to watch because he is a huge fan of Team Tsu. Žalgas is going against a debuting fighter who hasn't had a lot of competition. I'll take Žalgas by KO points, or he's cut from the UFC. Your take, Vlad. I'm going to go with Bunyash only because Žalgas is getting robbed on too many occasions. Your dad saw Floyd versus Gotti. Yeah. Isn't first... you're asking about this card. Modestas Bukauskas to win. I have a bet on Bukauskas. Sorry, I didn't understand. I was thinking you asked about 289. Bukauskas to win. Teofimo done good job. Yeah, my dad was watching Floyd versus Gotti, and he said it was a circus. Teofimo done good job, true. My favorite fight was Barrio versus Anders. My favorite fight was Charles Oliveira versus Benel Dariush. Oh.
Dakle daleko sa centra.
Kad bude vikend. Did you watch anime Shredded? Yeah, I did. My dad is pretty much happy because Jokic is the king of NBA, yes. But he doesn't like NBA too much. He's more a fan of European basketball. Who can you see Daniki fighting next? He won, maybe Bryce Mitchell. That would be a good fight. That would be a good fight if Mitchell is down to fight him. I think that would be a really, really good fight, yes. I think that would be a good fight. I'm hoping, but I don't know whether it's realistic to see that fight. That scares the shit out of me. Is this a realistic demand? Is this? Who's the think is the best basketball player ever? Pitaju ko je po tebi najbolji basketball igrač svih vremena.
Svih vremena?
Da. For me, it's Larry Bird or Will Chamberlain, but I've also been a fan of Michael Jordan. Ko je tebi?
Ja ne pratim američku.
His stitches were wild. They totally needed to stop it. I know, Curtis was begging the referee to stop.
Za mene je najbolji Ljubodrag Simonović I Radivoj Korać.
This is his favorite basketball player of all time. His name is Radivoj Korać. But he didn't play much abroad. He was a local hero. That guy. We even have a cup of Radivoj Korać. That guy was a three-point shooter. My dad actually likes three-point shooters. And if you're asking me, did he like some three-point shooter from NBA? Lithuania best. He liked one three-point shooter. How was his name? Hold on, I'm gonna remember. 1 second. Give me 1 second. Wow, he died young at only 30. I know, in a car crash. Island, dirty boxes, too short we are. Who was that three-point shooter? Hold on, I'm gonna remember. The European guy. I know. He liked this guy. I know, I remember. He liked this guy, the Argentinian. He was playing position number 2. I believe he was shooting guard. Manu Ginobili. Dražen was my favorite on the Nets. You're talking about Dražen Petrovic, right? Dražen Petrovic, you're talking about him. Dražen Petrovic used to be a legend. My dad is saying that Predrag Danilovic and Predrag Stojakovic were doing great careers in basketball. He liked both of them. Right. I'm torn being Sabatini versus Almeida. Can't just give up on Sabatini. I have no distance for that fight. Too scary to pick a side. If I must go, like picking Sabatini and that's it. But didn't bet on that one. Scary, yeah, very scary. I can say that it is very scary. My daddy used to also like these two guys from NBA. This guy is old school player, Pete Maravich. I think Petrovsky would have beat Petrosian, so will Duncan, I think. No distance for that fight for me. I would risk with Petrosian, but it's 50-50. LeBron James. Yeah, LeBron James was a star. I'm just saying, Pete Maravich played in 70s, right? Tako 70-ih je igrao. Pete Maravich played in 70s. 70s, 80s. He used to be a big fan of Pete Maravich.
On je poreklom Srbin bio.
Nije Hrvat.
Poreklom Srbin bio.
Maravić u srpsko prezime, čudno.
Tamo je rođen u Americi, ali od iseljenika.
My dad says Pete Maravich was Serbian by descent, was Serb by descent. I didn't know that. I was thinking he was Croat. Yeah, they were but Manu Ginobili, I like that player. Didn't he play for the Nets? Who? Pete Maravich? Je li igrao Maravich za Nets? Za New York Nets je li igrao?
Ne znam za koga je igrao. Mislim da igrao za Maversa.
He thinks he was playing for Mavericks.
Ne znam.
My dad thinks Maravich was playing for Mavericks. For Mavericks, however you call them. Jokic was made to make wild shots. Well, Jokic is a real legend right now, yeah. My dad says that he thinks Maravich played for the Mavs,
Ne čini mi se, nije tačno.
but he is unsure.
Je bio player.
This was his favorite American player. That's what he said. Do you remember that guy, Paul Pierce? I believe it was number 34.
Bio si igra za Boston.
Da, Paul Pierce.
Za Boston Celtics.
Trojkaš, onaj. He was playing shooting guard for Boston Celtics, I think. That's what he's saying. Pierce was playing shooting guard for Boston Celtics. Green jersey. Ginobili was playing in Spurs, yeah. San Antonio Spurs. Paul Pierce, number 34, he is the favorite American player. I hope you remember that guy. He was pretty much famous. Back in 2000s, I believe, or 90s. And my dad also thinks Larry Bird was having a great three-point shootout. Does your dad like Stephen Curry? He's okay with him.
Jer isto dobro igra.
He says that Curry is a really good player and he is a real three-point shooter. He actually likes three-point shooters. So, like, if you have a three-point shooter who likes to go long distance, like long distance shots, that's okay for him. I think Vettori has it this week, and Cannonier is getting older. I think he lost to Strickland personally. I also think he lost to Strickland, so I think Vettori is uncrackable, unfinishable. Unless Cannonier drags it to the ground, he's gonna lose. And like taking Vettori down, it's hard. Yeah, my dad is more like three-point shooters. He doesn't like dunkers. So my dad is like not a fan of guys who dunk a lot. He is more like playmakers, three-point shooters. He's a fan of playmakers and shooting guards. And maybe, number 3, maybe wing, however you call it, number 3. I have Marvin winning also. I have a bet on Marvin. Yeah, like for my dad, give him any three-point shooter or a good point guard, he will like it. Also, I think Steve Nash from Phoenix Suns, he also was a fan of Steve Nash because Steve Nash wasn't dunking. Steve Nash was like an intelligent player for my dad. Steve Nash, do you remember the Canadian guy? I believe he played for Phoenix Suns, I think. Right? Or wasn't he in the Phoenix Suns? I forgot. I think he played in the same team like Amare Stoudemire. Ray Allen was the best shooter too. Toronto crowd was lit. Ray Allen, sećaš se ko je? Trojkaš isto. Ray Allen. He didn't like Ray Allen. My dad also loved Steve Nash. Oh yeah. My dad says that he didn't like Ray Allen. He thinks Ray Allen was too wild. Like Nash had a humble personality, and Ray Allen was too wild, and he was getting angry very easy. It was very easy to provoke Ray Allen. Guru is speaking Cannonier, which shocked me. I might be getting swayed. Guru is speaking Cannonier? Whoa. It's a pick and fight, I agree, but strange. Very strange. Pierce was 34, Rondo was 9. Thank you. Yeah, but like my dad didn't like the fact that Ray Allen was. It was very easy to make Ray Allen angry, and my daddy also didn't like Charles Barkley. He also didn't like Charles Barkley because he was making too many incidents. Peja Stojakovic was very good on the Kings. Oh, he was playing position 3, right? Yeah, he was playing 3, I guess. Yeah, I remember. He was wing, I think. I remember that guy, Predrag Stojakovic. Have you seen Pereira sparring with Strickland? Yes. Why Strickland's stand-up game is so weird? Like, he's in constant fear. I don't know. I wonder the same. I really don't know. I wonder the same. I don't have the answer to that question. Nah, really, I don't have. Oh, hello, Grayson. My dad also loved Steve Nash. Ah, yeah. Yeah, my dad was like thinking that Nash was having pretty much of a humble personality, and that's why he used to be a big fan of Steve Nash, yes. And for him, he was intelligent. Sean Strickland beats Alex Pereira at light heavyweight. Changed my mind. I think Alex Pereira made a horrible move by moving to 205. Would it be weird if fighters had numbers like other sports players? No, it wouldn't. Does your dad have a favorite UFC fighter? Ili imaš omiljenog UFC borca? Omiljenog UFC borca ili imaš?
Ne. To ne mogu.
My dad hates UFC, but if he has to choose, he would always choose a very technical fighter. He says, I don't have a favorite UFC fighter at the moment, but I would always choose a very technical fighter. For example, Vettori is like very close to what I like. He would always choose technicality over thirst for blood. He likes to enjoy the fight. He doesn't like quick finishes, etc. He likes something that reminds him of boxing, you know. So Vettori is close to what he likes to look, but he doesn't like MMA. He thinks, for my dad, MMA is sport for gladiators, and boxing is sport for real knights or for real people. Like, he believes MMA is too brutal. But Vettori is the closest to what he likes. He thinks Vettori's technicality is on a whole different level. But I believe he would have picked Vettori if he must pick one. Vettori is the closest. The first non-Oliveira fan. Really? No, he doesn't like Oliveira. No, he's like, give my dad a technical fight and he will enjoy. Give him a one-sided ass whooping or a brawling like Prohashka. No, he's just going to say, I'm not going to watch it. I'm going to leave the room. Vettori is something he likes. Lucas Tracy had Benel winning also, and everyone was roasting him. BC Oliveira is a finisher, and he does like finishes. Give my daddy Vettori. Your favorite part of your training? My favorite part of my training are transitions. Because I don't know transitions well, and my coach is a great teacher. But I'm telling you, my dad, like, I'm going to tell you one thing about my dad. When we were rewatching Vettori's fight, one of Vettori's fights, I told him this guy doesn't finish people. And he said, okay, I'm going to watch Vettori fight. And when he was watching Vettori, he was like, hey, this guy boxes non-stop. I'm like, yes. And he says, I actually like this guy. I remember when he said, I actually like this guy. So give him a very good, very technical boxer who doesn't finish people and he will enjoy. So Vettori. Or anybody with similar fighting style like Martin Vettori. He thinks Vettori is not brutal at all. Like, he thinks Vettori is an artist, if you know what I mean by that. For him, Marvin Vettori is not a fighter, he's an artist. Like a real artist. He doesn't like finishers, I don't know why. Would you like to see Israel versus Marvin Part 3? Absolutely! I think Marvin Vettori smokes him out in part number 3. I'm hoping Vettori gonna kick his butt. With his technicality and iron chin, I believe Vettori grinds his way to another victory. Marvin has the basics down and strong chin. The best chin in the game. Marvin Vettori. Marvin Vettori and Blagoy Ivanov. Granny chins. But my dad doesn't like to watch Ivanov. He believes Ivanov is stalling too much. Like he's throwing very little. But when Vettori fights, he's like, okay, this guy has very good technical boxing. I can take that. He calls Vettori Mr. Technical. Roman was a tough fighter, and the fact that Marvin went close with him and won shows how good Marvin is. He's amazing. Is Topuria at 5 rounds? I think so. Who's your favorite Ken in the UFC? My favorite Ken? All the Kens I didn't like are released from the UFC, but it used to be CM Punk and Martin Sano. CM Punk and Martin Sano used to be my favorite Kens, and Mike Jackson, but they are all released. Do we have a Ken right now? I want to take Cannonier and Topuria by decision. Do we have some Kens right now? I need to think. Hold on. Man, all the Kens are released. Favorite UFC Fight Night card poster. Hold on. My favorite poster was who was fighting? Hold on, I need to remember. It was a female fight. Darren versus Hill poster was amazing. Darren versus Hill. Haney versus Tank. I think Haney. Darren versus Hill poster was amazing. Cruz versus Garbrandt now. Who wins and how? I would go with Cruz potentially via stoppage. My favorite Ken right now, but all the Kens are released. That's the problem. We don't have many Kens because Kens get released very often. William Knight was but he was also released. That's a hard question. I need to sit and think. Hard question. Still don't have the answer because they all get released. Vasil slapped him around. I hope Petroyan fights Cruz or Chito next. I just saw Bam Maleki got released. What the fuck? She was kinda hot. Yeah, she was. My favorite Ken right now could be Yan versus Cruz could be great matchup. But all I remember are not Kens. Every Ken I remember is released. That's the problem. They don't last too much in the UFC. That's the problem with Kens. They get released after 1 or 2 fights. That is the problem. Just don't know. Every Ken I remember at the moment is released. Maybe new Kens are coming. I don't know. There are many debutants. But that is a nice question. I will have to think. That really gives me some time to think. My favorite Ken of all time was James Stoney. Cruz should retire. He tries too much. Muhammad Ali moves. Agree. Is the guy who just lost to Garbrandt a Ken? I think so. I think so, yes. I think so. I'm gonna tell you one thing. Now you're probably going to say that you disagree. My favorite Ken at the moment is I think Zhalgas Zhumagulov is actually fighting horribly. I think his cardio is like killing him, and he is getting robbed. Not because he's not marketable, but because of his cardio. Technically, he's not a bad fighter, but his cardio is killing him. I thought Span was him for the longest. Not anymore. I actually think for him. Also, Ludwig Sholinian. I don't like that guy. Ludwig Sholinian. But I can't remember cans at the moment because, like, every single can gets released very quickly. That's a problem. These are just ideas, hints. I'm not saying that I'm right. This is just like, for example, Martin Sano was a top notch can, CM Punk was a top notch can, Mike Jackson was a top notch can. They are all released. They are not in the promotion anymore. That's a problem. Are you sad to see Robbie Lawler fighting Nico Price? Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Man, I want Robbie Lawler to last forever, but he is not gonna last forever. No one lasts forever, man. And like, Robbie has just taken too much damage. And man, Tony Ferguson gonna lose to Bobby Green. How sad it is. That guy Trevor Peek is fighting. Is a can. Who is Trevor Peek fighting? I forgot. I know Trevor Peek dominated very well, but I forgot who was he fighting. Yes, that guy is a Ken, but I forgot his name. He got slapped by Jordan Levitt. I know. Oh man, who was? Matt Sales. Is that Matt Sales? Maybe. Are you speaking of Matt Sales? John Johnson, Steve Pay will retire soon. Also sad to see all the best fighters leaving. I know we're gonna have the change of generations. Victor Martinez. Victor Martinez. Yeah. Sorry, man. Like right now, I'm telling you, every single can I can remember is released from the promotion. What you up to later? Are you recovering well? I'm recovering okay, but it's still how to say. I'm still recovering slowly but peacefully. I'm like slowly. My leg is better, but I will need at least 45 more days to recover. I need to go additional set of 10 therapies, but Guru paid 20 therapies and I will be grateful to him to the rest of my life. But I have to go 10 more. I can pay them. It's not like it's acceptable price. If Levitt slapped him, peak KO should be -200. Yeah. All right, guys. I need to go now because TUF is kicking off like in 7 hours. And I really need to hit the hay. I need to get some sleep so I'll be able to stream TUF. I really need to get some sleep right now. So catch you later. Thank you so much for this stream, and I will go live for TUF. So that is the only reason for stopping earlier. I would sit and discuss whole night with you. I'm enjoying discussing every single night with you. I have the great audience, but need to go now. Catch you later. Enjoy.